Hey there, Mindy Bartlett Squillace here. This is day 3 of my training. Real quick, I'm going to recap. Day 1, I introduced you to network marketing, sort of gave you the basic layout of how it works, and then I touched on some different types of traffic. The second day, yesterday, I told you about offers. No matter what business you're in, no matter what it is you want to send people to, you need an offer, and you want to make sure you choose the right offer or offers to send people to. So that was day 2. And day 3 today is creating a blog. A blog is essential for any business. I'm going to show you how and why that is the case. And that's where you're going to send your offers. So let's go ahead and get in depth. Here's what you're going to learn today in the video. Why you need a blog, why you should have an independent blog, that is a blog you own outright, how to set up that blog, and then how to start building a loyal following. Okay, here we go. First of all, why you need a blog. Your blog is the one-stop shop that your online business that everyone is going to come to. This is where you want to send people because this is where, number one, you have control of them. You have control of their movements and their actions on your blog. All of the information is your information, so you can tell them what you want. You can send them from one place on your blog to another. This is kind of a way of having a conversation with them. If you send them to a YouTube video, then they can bounce around YouTube. As opposed to having YouTube videos on your blog and sending people to your blog, you have more control. It's also a sort of, think of this as like I said, your online business. So this is where you can have everything about your business. If you want to promote a bunch of different products, a couple business opportunities, have small trainings, coaching clubs, all of that can be in one place so they see exactly what you're all about. It's also a place where people can have conversations. For instance, let's say you create a blog about knitting. You have a passion for knitting. You want to share that. You want to monetize that and make some money while teaching people. And so you put up a post on your blog about a certain part of knitting, how to do something specific and how to do it well. And you put this post up and people read it. They can then comment on that post and you can reply and you can have a conversation right there on the blog that is then recorded, and other people coming to that post can also join the conversation or learn from the conversation. So it's a great place for you to interact with people, and it's all there forever, unless of course you decide to remove something. So the blog is really going to be your face. And this is really important because no matter what company or companies you're promoting, you don't want to be another person promoting that company. You want to be you, a person of authority in your niche who recommends that company. You see the difference? Because you don't want people to join the company. You want people to join you. That way, they see you as the person to follow. They see you as the person to trust. And that is how you build a successful team online. So now let's get into why your blog should be independent. This is big. Let me first explain what I mean by having an independent blog. I mean not going to Blogspot, or let's say you're promoting a company, an MLM. Let's say, for instance, I'm in Internet Lifestyle Network. It's awesome. I love it. However, my blog, they give you a free blog. However, I do not use that blog very much because I want control of my blog. Who knows what's going to happen to me? I mean, I see myself sticking around with this company a very long time. They are awesome. The training's incredible. But I don't want to be branding them. I want to be branding me with my blog. I also want to have the freedom and the versatility to make it look very much like me. I also want to be able to promote other products that I use in my business to make myself successful in Internet Lifestyle Network. So I want full control of it. Who knows, maybe Internet Lifestyle Network, I'm sure it's not going to shut down anytime soon. It's I mean, that's just laughable. It's awesome. But again, you never know. And if all of your material is on a blog hosted by, controlled by, owned by someone else, you're at their mercy. And I'm telling you this from experience because I joined a company. I put a bunch of stuff on my blog. I spent a lot of time creating that blog. And then I decided to leave the company, and there went all of that information. So, and the last thing that I already touched on is containing all of your business components. So for instance, you want to do some private coaching? Great. You want to promote some products or some tools? Great. Put it all on there and brand yourself. Okay, moving on. Now, how to set up the blog. This is the big part of this. I do not want you to feel overwhelmed. So here is what I would do if I were you. I would have this video open. I would pause it as you complete these steps. Number one is get a domain name and hosting. I use HostGator for all of my sites. I have an affiliate link below this video. Please use that affiliate link. I will get commissions when you do so. I would appreciate that. I will then show you how to also get affiliate commissions by using HostGator. They are an incredible company. I've never had an issue with them. Anytime I've had an issue with my websites, I go to them immediately and they have a live chat. They are available 24/7 and they always know exactly what the issue is. They take time and fix it right there. I mean, incredible company. So I'm going to take you over there right now and show you how to go ahead and get your domain name and your hosting. All right, so we are at HostGator now. Again, please use the affiliate link below this video to buy your domain name and hosting. I would really appreciate that. So here's what you do. You go right to web hosting. I know you see there's also domains up here, but we don't need to worry about that. You go to web hosting. Now, I want to tell you right now they get 20% off now. That is pretty awesome. So if you are watching this video close to the time I recorded it, I would jump on this and see if this 20% off is still going on. So click on web hosting. That is step one. Now you're going to see there are 3 packages. Do not even look at the business plan. You don't need it. Baby plan gives you unlimited domains. A domain is your URL, your website name. So with the baby plan, you get unlimited. I have a lot of websites and I use the baby plan. You can see it starts at $3.36 a month based on the plan you use. 3 years obviously is the cheapest and it goes a little bit up from there. And the hatchling plan gives you a single domain. So if you think, you know what, I'm only ever going to have one domain, great. Obviously, this is cheaper than the baby plan. So pick one of these. Don't even worry about business plan. Don't even consider it at this point. Not something you need. All right, so moving on. So once you click on that, I'm going to go ahead and click on baby plan. So again, we're getting our web hosting. Now you register your domain name. If you already own one, then you probably know how to do this, and you click on this and they'll help you. You'll type in your domain name and they'll help you transfer it to HostGator. If you need help with that, you can always chat with them about it. Very simple. Whenever you need help, go to them. They rock. But let's pretend as though you don't have one yet. And we're going to use that knitting example. So we're going to type in fast, easy knitting, and .com is already there. So, and they say, aha, congratulations. And let's do something that isn't available because I want to show you what happens when it's not available. Let's do knitting 101. I bet that's taken. Let's see. Aha, see it says it's unavailable. Now look, they give you some examples of knitting101.info.biz that are available, but if you want a .com, and I suggest you get a .com or a .net, either of those are good, then you want to keep searching till you get some, whoops, I spelled it wrong. You want to keep searching until you get something that you can either get a .com or a .net. So it says right here, congratulations. If you want to add a .net or .org or something else, you can do that there. It tells you the package type. You check on whichever one of these billing cycles you want. Obviously, like I showed you, it's cheaper if you get more. You create a username and a security pin. make sure that this is a username and security pin that's common for you. And then you check out PayPal. Awesome. So if you're a PayPal user, you can go with PayPal. And then let's talk real quick about some of these hosting add-ons. Domain protection is awesome. However, I would just go with the add site lock on there. It's $1.67 monthly billed annually, and they highly recommend it. And again, HostGator is a reputable company, so if they are highly recommending it, I would go with that. Site backup in case so you don't have to worry about losing anything. It backs it up into the cloud. I would not get SEO gears. I do not think that's important. If you get one of these things, get secure and accelerate your site, I would also back up your site if I were you. They have a coupon code in there, and basically then you go create your account. All right, I'm going to pause the video, and then I'm going to show you what to do next. Okay, here we go. So now you have logged into your HostGator account. If you haven't done that, pause this video and do that now. This is your cPanel, and this is basically where you go to install WordPress and manage emails and things like that. Now, I'm going to be very basic in this video. We're just working on your blog, setting your blog up right now. In the future, if you want to register another domain and you got the baby plan, this is where you do it. So you just go up there and register a domain, and they'll go through that same process of making sure no one else owns it. Okay, so we're going to scroll all the way down to software services. You see where it says quick install right here? Click on that. What we are doing right now is we are installing WordPress. So see over here it says blog software. Click on that. And it tells you basically WordPress is a web software. Continue. And then you find your domain name. You probably only have one. I have a lot. So then you type in your email, whatever email you registered with, the blog title. And this is important that you put in the blog title you want, because this is going to be what HostGator uses. This is going to be a way to identify it. Important you do this right. I always just use my name as my user. Makes it easier. So we're putting in our information here, and then you click install now. I'm going to pause the video and restart it after it installs. Okay, that should take 3 minutes maximum. And you can see here it says congratulations. It has my admin area. This is where we're about to go. Now you're going to want to watch this carefully. I'm going to copy this because obviously I don't want to have to remember that password. And there's the username that I created right up here. So we're going to click on this. It's going to take us to the login page. I'm using what I always use, and then I'm pasting in that password. Now I'm going to show you how to change it right away, because we don't want a password like that. We want to create our own. So you can see over here it should say hi in your name. Edit your profile. You're going to scroll down where it says new password, and I'm typing in the password I want to use. Now it's going to tell me it's very weak and I'm going to feel insulted, but I'm going to use it anyway. And then you update your profile. Okay, so this is the back of your WordPress site. This is where all the magic happens. So I'm going to show you the first thing we need to do now that we have installed WordPress. We've bought our hosting, we bought our domain name, we installed WordPress. So now I'm going to show you the basics of creating a site. The first thing you want to do is you want to get a theme. Now a theme is basically how your site is going to look. And you can see that there are some that come automatically installed in here. And you can, usually the ones that are installed are 2014, 2013, 2012. These are a couple others I just happened to install. If you want a free theme, this is the way to go. If you want to pay for a theme, Genesis is definitely the one you want to buy. Genesis is #1 awesome theme. But for right now, I'm just going to show you using a free theme. I'm going to go ahead with this one. just because I think it's a cool look. So I clicked on it. I'm going to click Customize. Okay, so here it is, and you can see it automatically populated that title. Remember when we just with WordPress we put in our title, so it automatically populated that, and then there wasn't a tagline, so it had one there for you. So you can put in whatever you want, just a little description. Okay. And then obviously you can do a little bit of customization. Now this is all individual to the theme. So depending on what kind of theme you get, you're going to be able to do more or less of this. I want to explain the static front page. This is whether or not you want either your front page is going to be your latest post, and we're going to talk about that, or it's going to be a static page that is like more of a welcome page to your website. You choose which of those you want. Go look at other people, see what they do. Depends on your niche, depends on the feel of your site. But while we're here, let's talk about the difference between a page and a post. So see up here, this is called our navigation bar. And these are our two pages. We have our sample page that I just clicked on, and we have the home page. Right now, the home page is being used for all of our posts. So you can see at this point, this page is where the posts are showing up. Posts will always show up in chronological order, with the most recent being at the top. And I will show that to you again in a minute. And again, this is a page. So a page is something that is static, that will not change. So for instance, let's say we want to have all of our posts, our latest posts, on this home page, and then we want to have an About Me page, and then maybe we have a couple business opportunities, or we have tools that we want to share or tell people about, or we have some products. Each of those we would want to make a page for. Okay, so anyway, at this point we are going to have our latest posts be the front page, and I'm going to go ahead now, pause the video, and we are going to create a way to get email addresses from people. So you want getting email addresses to be a top priority for your site, because once you get their email address, anytime you update this blog, which should be daily, at least 5 times a week, and you put up a new post, for instance, you're going to want to send people to your site and show them you have a new post. So you want the getting an email address to be here. Right now, let's look at what's there. Search, recent posts, recent comments, and archives, categories, meta. Okay, so keep this in mind. You don't have to memorize it, but keep this in mind, because I'm going to take you to the back of the site and show you how we look at these things and how we change what is there. All right, so now we're at the back of the site, and if we go to Appearance, we click down to Widgets. Let me show you what happens when we do that. You can see in the sidebar, which is what we're just looking at, we have that search, recent posts, recent comments, archives, categories, meta. If you don't want one of these things, you simply slide it out. You see that? You just simply slide it out. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to leave these 3 in here. That's totally up to you. But we are going to add a place to get people's emails. So we see with the text, we're going to go ahead, and at the very top of that sidebar, we're going to add text. Now, I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to take you over to Aweber and show you how to create an autoresponder. An autoresponder is how you get people's email addresses so that you can then send them to your blog. All right, so now I'm going to show you how to set up your autoresponder and how to put an opt-in form on your WordPress site. So autoresponders are essential, because that is a way for you to get people's email address and then send a message to a lot of people at once. Now, at first you might think, a lot of people, I can totally manage 10 people. Well, you want thousands of people on your email list, and it would be nearly impossible for you to try to remember which messages you had sent to who, what time. When people join your business, you want to send them through a series of emails so that they can get to know you and your business. So you need an autoresponder. Now, Aweber is what I use. Again, I have an affiliate link, so please use that. I really would appreciate it. It's $1 for your first month. Can't go wrong with that. I love this because it is very user-friendly. I'm going to show you right now how to create that opt-in form. Okay, so I'm going to log in. And then you go to sign up forms. I'm going to create a new sign up form. You can see here that it's really very simple. Step 1, design, settings, and publish. So you can go here, and these are some templates. And let's see, you can click on popular. We're going to go ahead and go with this one. Now you can see they have red, orange, and green. I'm going to go ahead and use the red since it's going to match the site that we have created. And this is very simple. Click edit header. You receive something like, say something like, subscribe to receive my newsletter. Now you can play around with what exactly you want this to say. You can play around with the font. And I'm going to try to make this maybe 16. That looks pretty good. And let's see if we bold it. No, I don't like that. You can always change the font family. Make sure that whatever font you use, it's easy to read. You want this to be something that is very easy to read. And I'm going to center this. See here. Okay. Now you can also remove any of these that you don't want. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that one, the advertising for Aweber. And now it's time. Again, you can play around with this. I'm just going quick. Go to step 2. Call it whatever you want. Make sure that you do name it though, because you're going to want to be able to remember which form is which so that if you want to go and change anything, it's very easy. Then you can send them to a thank you page. We are just now setting this up, so I don't have a thank you page ready yet, but you would want to maybe send them to an about me page, something like that, so that as soon as they enter their email address in, they are redirected. And if they're already subscribed, then you can send them to a different page. Okay, so I'm going to save the form, and it tells me success, it's been saved. I'm going to go to step 3, click I will install form. Okay, don't get stressed out. We have a lot of code here. That's okay. All we need to do is copy that form code. We're just going to right click, copy it. Now we're back at the other tab where we have our back office of our WordPress site. We're in this text widget and we're going to paste the code in there. Save it. Now let's look at our site. So how do we do that? Let me move this up so you can see. See, I hover over this, click visit site. And boom, there is our opt-in form. Now we can go back and change the size of everything. Now the size of this area is going to affect this, you see. But at this point, that's fine with me. So now I'm going to go ahead and show you what plugins are all about. So we're going to go back to the dashboard. I'm going to click on plugins and we're going to go to add new. So think of a plugin like this. If you have an iPhone, then you have apps. In fact, if you have a lot of the smartphones nowadays, you have apps. So consider a plugin like an app. So if you ever want your website to do something, you can simply just type in that you want that app. Like let's say we want a social share button. So we type in social share. We don't have to know the name of it, and it pulls up a bunch, and you can see the star ratings. What's great about WordPress is these are everyday people that are creating different plugins, and so you can pick the one that sounds the best. And there are a lot of cool ones. I mean, this is a hot thing to do, is create a social share plugin. So obviously there are a lot right now that you can pick between. I would definitely pick one that has a lot of stars. And let's go with, this one says it's very simple. No registration, no IU free, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Now, the cool thing about plugins is if you pick one and you end up not liking it, then you can just get rid of it and get another one. So I clicked on it. Now I'm going to activate the plugin. It tells me it's unpacking, it's installing, and then it takes me to my plugins page, and you can click down and see that my simple share is in there. Now, the next thing we're going to have to do with our simple share is we're going to have to go, let's look at our site. Okay, so at this point, you can see that our simple share button is not showing up. And that's because we actually need to set a couple things up. We obviously need to tell them what our Facebook is, right? We need to tell them a little bit about us. So what you do is you go to settings. Move this down a little bit. You go to settings and you can see simple social share. That's hard to say fast. Simple social share shows up. And you can look, which one do you want? Which style do you want? Very cool. I definitely like this one, so I'm going to do that. And we're going to have it be after content, and we're going to have it on pages and posts, which is also the home page, and very cool. So we're going to save it. So now the last thing I'm going to show you is how to create a post. So what you do is you go to posts and you go to add new, and we're going to add a new post. We're going to call this one welcome. Well, let's call it getting started. Okay, so then let's say getting started is easy. All right, so getting started is easy. Awesome. Now they know that. They are majorly excited. I save draft first. I don't publish it right away. When you publish it, it's live. I save draft and then I preview it. So you can see, just like I told you, now this latest post is at the top. And you see our social share buttons are right there. And if you scroll down, then you can see the last one, Hello World, is underneath. Okay, so that's how you put up a new post. And remember, your new post is going to be displayed on the page that has all of your posts. So in this case, they're all going to our home page. If you want to change that and make it a blog, you can absolutely do that. So that is how to set up your site. And from there, you kind of play around. Let me go back and show you one more thing with our posts. So let's edit getting started. And when we go there, we can add media. You can add an image. You click right here. You can add media. And then you can upload it, select files, or you can go to your media library. And you can make your post look awesome. You can always, adjust this stuff, put it in bold or italics. You have bulleted lists, numbers. So from here, you just want to play around. Now, caution, if you ever get in the text mode, it's going to look a little funky when you add things. So make sure you stay in visual, because that's going to be the words as opposed to the code itself. So stick with that. All right, that's pretty much it. And that is getting you up and running. So now what we've done is we bought a domain name. We got our hosting, and that was both from HostGator. Please use my affiliate link. We installed WordPress, and I showed you the basics of setting up your site. We installed Social Share, and we went ahead over to Aweber. Please use my affiliate link, and we set up our autoresponder. So now what's going to happen is you're going to create content here. You are going to have all of these pages with whatever products, services, about me, whatever you want to have up here. You're going to have those set up, and then you can send people to your autoresponder get their email, and then anytime you have a new post up here, you are going to be able to get their email address and continue your relationship and grow your relationship with them. I hope this has been helpful. If you have any questions, please put them below. And again, please use my affiliate links. I have one for HostGator and one for Aweber there. Thank you very much. Take care.